I follow the checklist,
Yeah.
but I do kind of my own way. It's called a flow, and I do and verify. I don't miss anything in the checklist, but I check a lot more than that's on that checklist.
Okay.
And I do it in a flow. So what I'm looking for is I'm looking for dings, dents, missing rivets, anything
Loose
that's
rivets.
underneath that looks out of place. If there's any, so like here's a little ding right here, this here, but this has been here for a while. Something happened somewhere along the line.
Where
that
it got like.
Yeah,
it's
something,
set-
but that could be an
it's set
indication
down.
of a hard landing. So, when you come back here, this is your vertical stabilizer.
Uh-huh.
This is your horizontal stabilizer.
Yep.
These are inspection plates. You're looking to make sure the screws are all in the inspection plates, and sure enough, there's your nameplate, right? So you can verify that. Here's another inspection plate. All these screws can come out. So you gotta make sure that they are there, right? So now, I come over here and I look at the top of the surface, make sure it's in good condition. I look underneath it to make sure it's in good condition, no dings, dents, or dead birds, right? While I'm down here, I reach down and I wiggle this.
Okay.
That's your rudder cable. If you wiggle it hard enough, it's too tight. You can hear it hitting in various areas. So we're walking our way around. So now this is what?
This is the horizontal stabilizer.
This is?
The elevator.
Very good. What's that in there?
That's the elevator control cable.
Nope, that's a grounding wire.
Got it.
This is your control, well, not control, but this is a nuts and bolts you're looking for.
Okay.
All right, so pull this up, take a look underneath, make sure it looks good. Nothing
good.
out of the normal, looks good.
Yep.
So now, we move the rudder over, but see, there's a bunch of stuff to check inside here. There's nuts and bolts. Now, if you know what a cotter pin is, right?
Yes.
There's a cotter
And a
pin.
castellated
Anything with a castellated nut and a cotter pin is important.
Got it.
These are the two nuts and bolts that hold on your elevator control, the cables, right? So
Lose
without
those
them,
and you don't have any control.
well, you do, but it's not as easy. So there's a bunch of those. So you get them below, and you also have stops. Right here's a stop. See that screw? That screw comes out to a certain distance and it's been wire tied so it doesn't move, so it can't screw in or out. That is a stop for the elevator. See how it hits it?
Yes.
It doesn't allow it to come any further than it's supposed to. The mechanic said that's where it's supposed to be.
Right.
That's where it is.
For the rudder.
For the rudder.
Right.
This is the rudder itself. You got nuts and bolts there, nuts and bolts at the top, and then one at the bottom down here that you look to make sure are in place. This is a vertical, this is a rudder trim tab. You don't mess with it, right? This is called the static wick. You can tell if I'm getting on the video. This is called the static wick, and that helps dissipate static electricity that's created by the aircraft as it's flying through the air. Now, as you look up at the top, you look to make sure the light's in good condition, and also the antennas are in good condition. I forgot to look at the other side. The antenna, make sure they're in good condition. Anything wrong you're looking for? Same thing on this side. This is your elevator. This is called your trim tab.
Right.
This is called the piano hinge.
Right.
There's a cable or a wire that goes all the way
up.
through there. If you see that thing pulling out this way, you're not going to fly the airplane. So if you come underneath here, there is your trim tab nuts and bolt that holds that in place with the cotter pin.
Yep, the actuator.
If you look inside there, you got the actuator on. Right.
Got
It's
it.
kind of hard to see. Nuts and bolts, another grounding wire. Now you're doing the same thing, basically, but in the opposite direction. Looking at the horizontal stabilizer, anything unusual. Okay, you go ahead and reach underneath there and wiggle that wire. Well, you don't have to get crazy with it. You're just looking for make sure it's taut, right? Okay, now while you're down there, you're looking over here. Anything else? Come up here, grab the antenna, make sure it's strong and sturdy. Okay, now we stop and check our checklist. We went a little bit far, but it's okay. So here we go. We're at the empennage. Rudder gust lock wasn't there.
Okay. Elevator and rudder control surfaces, check for security and movement.
We did that.
Elevator trim tab, check for security.
We did it.
that. Tail tie down. It's
We did
removed
not
already.
one.
Antennas, check for security. Yep. Fuselage check.
So
Already
then you
did
talk
that.
about the rudder on there.
Right.
We checked the rudder thoroughly.
Right. Flap, check the security.
Okay, so now we're at the right wing, trailing edge. I do the wing in a symmetrical motion. Now follow me on this. I look at the flaps that we extended them. Do it. That's the sound you're looking for. I'm looking for any of these screws, anything that look like it's missing or malformed or just not right. Come underneath. No. You come underneath, you're going to look at the roller edges here, the roller ways for the flaps itself while it's in flight. There's a lot of pressure on these. That's why these things are all kind of wonky. But there's two of them there, and then you also have the control rod. You're going to give it a wiggle. Wiggle it. That's a good sound. Just go click, click. You're going to walk this way. As you're walking this way, you're looking at the under part of the wing for anything that looks like it's out of the norm or out. You know, all these inspection plates got all their screws, and they're all got plates. This is your aileron. You push it up. You look up inside here, the aileron. You got another piano hinge. You got 4 nuts, a hinge, and a wire. See the wire up there? Right up there?
Yes.
Point your finger at it so you can see it on the video.
Right there.
There you go. Now you got to be careful when you put your finger in there, because if someone are on the other side, it'll cut you.
Yeah.
So you always hold it. But now the same thing. You got piano hinge
Right here.
4 nuts, and the wires on the other end. Now give that little control rod a wiggle. There you go. Now you might bring it down a little bit. Maybe not quite so much pressure. It should go click, click.
There we go.
It's moving. There you go.
Yep.
So same thing here. There's 3 sets of these.
Okay, 3 sets of
4
piano
bolts,
wings.
a hinge, and a wire. I always say 4 bolts, hinge, and a wire. And then on the very end, you have your grounding strap.
Got it.
Okay, you come out to the end of the aircraft, which is your wingtip cover. You're looking at it, you're looking for any holes, infection, cracks, or anything like that. If there's a hole in there, you'll see where they've drilled it a lot of times to fix it, but that's fine. You're now not for the operation of the lights, but you're looking for the light security. Are they screwed in? Are they in the right place? This little thing here is a light. It's just a plastic tube that will catch the light from this position light and bring it down underneath and light this blue.
Got it.
Or green at night so you can see it. When you're standing here, you're looking down the leading edge of the airframe, okay? Leading edge of the wing, and you're looking for any imperfections, right? So now you come under here, you're walking, you're looking, nothing looks out of normal. This is your strut. I always grab the strut, give it a wiggle. Without the strut, you're not coming home.
Right, because then the wing comes off and you're
So then I come down here, make sure these boots are on and all the screws and nuts are in place. I work my way up the hinge. Make sure your hinge has got its pins. A lot of times they're just finishing nails, but nonetheless they work very well. So, and then I work my way around the door frame, looking at anything for imperfections, and I work my way down to the landing gear. So I work my way down to the landing gear. See, this is got a crack here, but that's okay. It's not going to hurt anything. This is just a skirt that covers the tubular steel of the landing gear. Right. So from here, I work my way inside out. I'm looking underneath. I touch underneath for any hydraulic fluid that's liquid, and I'm looking for any drips. There's none. I check the disc brakes. There's no dings, dents, or gouges are broken. I check the discs and the brakes themselves. Make sure there's brake pad left. That looks good. Okay. Look at the tire. Look at the tire for anything that is out of the normal. Nails, screws, cuts, flat spots. I can show you a flat spot on one of them later on. And then you come to the outside of the tire. And the outside of the tire has this big old honking nut, right? Yes. That's a big nut. That's got to be screwed in. I don't know how much is screwed in, but guess what? There's a cotter pin there. That bad boy's not coming off. See it? Understood. I want you to look for the cotter pin. Yep. And you stand back and look at the overall condition of the tire itself. Where are we on the checklist?
So, right wing, wingtip lights, wing tie down, cabin air inlet.
Oh, see? I forgot the cabin air inlet. That's why you read the checklist. You come up here,
right here.
This is your cabin air inlet. What the heck is that? Is that a bird's nest in there? Can you see that? You can't see it. What is that? It's supposed to be in there. It just breaks up the air so it doesn't whistle. Right. Not really a filter, but it just helps break up the air so it doesn't, you know.
Got it.
Get crazy on you. Okay, what else you got?
Clean air, cabin air inlet, fuel tank sump.
Okay, so now we're going to take a break on this.